Good evening, June 4th, 2019. How's everybody doing? I hope well. I appreciate your views. Don't be afraid to comment. We need comments. My core viewership, I know you. Say something, it's okay. You can't be wrong and opinions are welcome. Nonetheless, tonight I want to talk a little bit about the Democratic Party and infighting in the party between new party members and the philosophy of the new Democratic Party, if you will, described pretty easily by Alexandra Ocasio Cortez, as well as Rashid Tlaib, the Islamic woman from Detroit, and Ilhan Omar from Minnesota. Now, there's a difference here. AOC is Puerto Rican American, and she is working on idealism and a frame of idealism that is not bad in politics. It's a good thing. But the reality of her plan is askew with the reality of what we can do in this time frame to help this country. AOC is a well-meaning, intelligent, fairly intelligent, it looks like, woman who's totally uneducated on the system of government in the United States and the history of America, let alone the history of humanity up to now and what it takes to keep infrastructure and everything functioning in a country like America so she can debate in Congress for our future. When many of us here are just as smart, if not smarter, we just choose not to be in politics. Now, party members like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Shumer, who are old school Democrats, are having a real problem. They ushered in the ideal and idea of people like AOC and diversifying the Democratic Party. They saw it as growth. But what they're finding out now is that the young people coming in that want to get in are aligning themselves with groups like Antifa, which is, a pro-communist, anti-fascist group here in America. Mainly, you see it in Oregon and Washington State, Colorado, other places where they have a presence of violence as their methodology. I don't know how they consider themselves anti-fascist. And, fascism shows up in communism and socialism. Fascism is a thing in itself that crosses government lines. It can appear in capitalism here. It can appear in democracy. And we are a capitalist society here in America. At the end of the day, we're capitalists. Yeah, we use democratic procedures, but it's money that keeps us safe and able to go on. And that's why we all work, do our part, sacrifice our time for reflection. So whatever we get out of it, we get time with the ones we love and care about. Now, we all got that in common, and we all got some sort of religious freedom we're after. But with the two Islamic women who are radical, and Rashid Tlaib in Michigan, she wants to convert all of America to Islam. She believes she can convert all the United States to Islam, not just a fraction or a part. This is not about religious freedom. How she got into office, I have no idea, because you can't have hatred for one religion. And Ilhan Omar has already been called out by Nancy Pelosi because of her anti-Semitism, openly, that she hates Jews. How do these people get to be in office with hatred in their hearts and souls? And their methodology is their people the only way. Guys, we gave up on that here in the United States, like at the Little Bighorn with Custer when he rode into 5,000 Sioux, including Crazy Horse, Sitting Bull, and the rest of them. And we learned, hopefully. And then we put the Native Americans on the reservation so we could slaughter them at Wounded Knee, the worst massacre in U.S. Army history. Unarmed civilians slaughtered. Sitting Bull was there. He had died, and that sparked the shooting. The reality is these tragedies, travesties of justice will occur unless we think it through. And these new people who are coming in don't seem to know the struggle of the American people, and that not every person who's black is all black or white is all white, that they could be Native American or multiple races from Ireland and England. Even though they're Anglo-Saxon, their heritage is still their heritage. Everyone has proud heritage. But you're supposed to be accepting as a senator, as a congressperson, which these people are all in Congress. and these three women. And what's happening is the old school Democrats have realized the new upstart people who are sort of anarchists almost in some ways, and for socialism, though, which the old Democrat Party knows very well. And they're too outspoken. So word is out that people who help young upstart Democrats who are going to defeat incumbents are going to be blacklisted. So the companies that help people like AOC get elected are being blacklisted right now by the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party found out it couldn't start a civil war right away with the Republicans and the people of America. Many who are independent like myself for over 30 years, libertarians before the Tea Party, I might add. And now the Democratic Party is going to have a civil war in itself between the overly liberal, anarchist type, violent type Democrats who want to do anything and everything to get their selfish way, and they think free college exists and we're going to get free medical care and free income and free food and we'll all be happy sitting on a rock forever. It's fun to sit on a rock. You don't want to do it forever. You got to go to the pool. You got to do something else. Go fishing. The reality is it's not thought through. We cannot survive in a country we don't work in. There is no free lunch. It's true. This is an old statement. It's cliche because it's true. There is no free lunch. So it's interesting to see, and some of the young upstarts in the Democratic Party have accused people like Pelosi and Schumer and Dianne Feinstein and Barbara Boxer and them of actually being in their position to allow the Republicans to continue to win, sort of spy versus spy kind of thing here. And it's not in Mad Magazine. Wait, it is a Mad Magazine. It's called Politics in America, which brings me to my last point. Politics is not a game like the NFL or the NBA. Politics outcomes affect our daily lives. It's time for the people in politics to realize that some of us out here are as smart as you and smarter, and that's probably a lot of us. We just don't do your job because we're hoping somebody does it decently enough so we can be comfortable and live and move forward. And yes, this President Trump has created a lot of jobs, his administration and that, but these jobs are low-paying jobs, minimum wage jobs in retail. There's no career there. And even if you go get college degrees and you come back to your area, there's not going to be a career there because there isn't going to be a job in your field. It hasn't been thought through. The first goal was to get people working. That's happened and that's good, but there's still a lot of work to do on so many areas, like rebuilding our roads and bridges and everything else. So life goes on. It's interesting. I'll obviously be talking about the Democratic Party again and its wonderful family feuds in itself. I hope you all have a good night. Peace out, y'all. Take care.